I have approximately 6 to 7 clients per week, 3 of which I see on a daily basis.
On a regular basis, I have about 9 clients a week, 1 to 2 that I see on a daily basis, and the rest of my schedule, they're usually seen either once a week or once every other week.
Okay, in the winter, one of the most important things is always safety first. You should always allow yourself more time. A good thing would be to contact the client and let them know, with the weather permitting, that you may be running late. Also contact the office so that if you're running behind due to the weather, your clients are not worried, and that maybe the shift prior to that could cover for your hours, or at least the family could be there, or let them know that someone is being there to take care of their loved one. When you arrive at a client's home and there's no answer to a locked door, always contact the office and let them know what's going on. Another thing is to maybe call the client and refer to your care plan, call the client or a family member and let them know that you are there to see them and that there's no answer to the locked door.
I agree. There's been plenty of times where I have seen the service coordinator and I'm just like, do you know what happened to this client? And they're like, oh, well, they just left, they were admitted into the hospital yesterday. And I was like, oh, I was unaware, and I believe the office was unaware as well. So definitely keeping that line of communication open.
You always want to make sure that the client is as safe as they can be until help does arrive.
Yes, you definitely make sure that they're safe until help can arrive. And after EMS arrives, I usually call the office and let them know about the situation. And before EMS leaves, I always try to find out what hospital they're taking them to, just so that we can let our nurses know and keep the communication open so we know exactly what's going on with our clients.
I've been an employee of National Church going on 8 years. And one of the things that I like best about this is, after working in a skilled nursing facility, is being able to work with the clients on a one-to-one, one-on-one basis, and to always keep in mind that they are somebody's mother or somebody's father or somebody's child. And it's so easy if you go in with the open mind of, I want to treat these like I would want someone to treat my mother or my father. Just be good to people, If you're in it for a quick dollar, whatever, it is hard work, but it's rewarding. Every day you meet someone that can teach you something different. I'm not saying that it's an easy job, but it's a very rewarding job. And you get as much reward from it as they do a service.
We usually get our schedules weekly, and it is your responsibility to either go in on a Thursday or Friday at the end of the week to get a finalized copy of your schedule. If you're unable to do that, it's good to call the office and see if they can notify you of your new schedule.
If you're contingent or as needed, things change on a daily basis.
Usually when you go pick up your schedule for the week and you notice a new client, that's when you would ask the scheduler, hey, can you print me off a care plan for this client? I've never seen them before. Whenever you have questions about a client and it's nighttime or it's the weekend, you would call the on-call personnel and they would be able to look up a care plan for you.
Another way to do that is if you know who the client's regular aide is. It's always a good thing if it's a weekend and you're not able to get into the office to get a care plan or contact them about that, is contact the previous caregiver and say, I'm covering your client for you this weekend. Could you tell me a little bit about them? So it makes it a little easier. If it's after hours, and I have a question about the client's care, and I do not have a care plan, I would contact the after hours nurse and let them know, give them a call.
And then if they are unable to give you too much detailed, a lot of times if it's a private duty client, they will have a communication binder in their home, and it's important to find that at the beginning of the visit. That way you can look and see if there's what their care plan is.
There's normally shifts available if you need to pick up hours.
Sometimes the office is able to help me find hours within my availability, but good thing I have a good support system, because if not, I am able to pick up either night or weekend hours.
One of the hardest things for me as being a caregiver is I get very, very attached. And I have a mindset, again, that, you know, if it were my family member, how I would want them treated. And that's how I try to perceive things on a daily basis. I try to give them the opportunity to tell me how they want things done. Because again, they've already lost so much, and you're going in and you're barking orders at them, you're getting started off on a wrong foot. So if you go in, you give them the opportunity, you know, I see here on your care plan, you have laundry, you have this. Give them the opportunity to say, well, I like laundry done on Tuesdays, or I like my grocery shopping done on Fridays, or I prefer to have my bath in the morning or the afternoon. I think giving them a choice in their care and letting them know that, you know, you're there for them. You're not there just to complete your care plan and leave. If you're working in a senior building and they have neighbors and friends who've been there who will say, well, who are you here to see? Or how is so-and-so, is to keep in mind that that's their private business, and you don't have to be rude, but to keep in mind that it's about privacy. You don't share their information. That would be up to the client to do, and that can be difficult because, you know, they're neighbors, you know, they're friends, and they don't mean anything by it, but that could cause issues. So that's one of the big things you need to keep in mind. I have had a client that has had some memory issues that was very difficult for me because I felt like I gave 110%, and it was like some days she loved me. I was the best thing that ever happened. And some days, you know, she would call the office, you know, Tequila didn't do this or she didn't do that. And I had to accept the fact that it wasn't against me. That was, you know, something that she was going through. And I had to keep in mind not to take it personally. It's hard to deal with sometimes, but just to keep in mind, I mean, there's always an open line here at the office, always someone that you can talk to when things get to you. If you feel that, you know, it's getting to you or it's agitating you, you know, talk to someone. Don't let it go. Call the office. You know, again, communication's the key. I just want, the one thing that I really wish everyone would consider is this type of job may not be the top of the line pay, but it's very rewarding. And if you don't have compassion for people, you're in a wrong line of work. So I believe respect, compassion is the two most important things to remember. You become like family to them, you know, seeing them. Sometimes you are the only person that they see on a daily basis, so